Mr. Pot on cue.
Hey, bitches. We're back.
Bitches.
We haven't done the intro yet, though, but we will shortly.
Sorry, that's a vibe I'm doing.
It's fine. It's fine. By the way.
Right away. Got like a 20-minute nap. Put a night down.
There you go.
I just charged my phone, so I just kind of sat there and was like, And then woke up once and it was like 3 minutes. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm going to fall asleep that long. And then, all right, did one of these. Okay, a couple more minutes.
Right.
She'll be out. And then I open my eyes and I'm like, oh shit, it was 20 minutes.
I'm gonna lie. All right. Let's crack this boy open.
All right, but don't we do that after we... You're always so fucking eager.
Just thirsty.
It's part of the show. The spectacular.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. We'll wait.
You want to intro this bitch?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to episode 7 of Two Dads, One Mike. I'm Taylor. This is Mike.
What's up?
And we are back yet again to bring you really below average,
Low quality
content.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Mike, first off, we start with our show with the drink show. What do you have?
Tonight we got hodgepodge.
Yeah.
Because we're running low on the
stash.
On the stash.
On the pod stash.
We're still working on clearing out from the 4th of July. Actually, we still got some odds and ends in there. So we kind of got. I don't like mixing a whole lot of stuff. So I had a couple High Life. You chose a High Life, and then I have this set list. It's a hazy IPA made by Eagle Park Brewing. One of my friends brought it to me, and when he came over one night, and it's good. I'm not a huge IPA guy.
Sure. It's an acquired taste.
IPA is one of those, like, I'll drink it and it's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, tonight I'm thirsty, just generally thirsty. I had a salty dinner. So, like, I want to chug.
Yeah.
So this is probably a good thing for me, because otherwise it's going to be blitzed on my ass. If I drink something that goes down to it, right? Like, I need something to be a little...
That's what those gin and juices did last time.
Careful. Just thinking about it.
I know.
All right, so we got set list, hazy IPA by Eagle Park and Miller High Life.
Miller High Life.
That needs no introduction.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cool. Hey, it didn't explode.
Nope, not this time. As my middle child would say, stop shaking it up.
Yeah, that's why you don't shake it, Dad.
All right, so I know we kind of got...
This might still go down just...
I know we kind of went back and forth on the youth sports, and we kind of missed an episode or two. We had the issue with the plague.
Yeah, we got the plague, and then I had to check oil.
So you really wanted to kind of come back to this and kind of talk a little bit more in detail about the toxicity behind youth sports.
Right, some of the toxicity and some of my struggles as a parent that I've realized after my kids started sports, even a low level, none of them are in like a super travel ball or anything like that. But some of the things I noticed about myself very quickly once my kids started competing at the lowest of levels, how competitive and how competitive I was.
Yeah.
How much it bothered me when they weren't all in.
Right.
Like I was all in for sports. Like, so I am still learning a lot about myself because they're still now entering different levels of competition and that stuff and starting to get into actually working and practicing on their own with the sport and stuff like that. So I've been learning a lot about myself, a lot about my children, a lot about what's good and what's bad, what was good and what was bad when I was younger, all that stuff. That I just wanted to talk about it a little more because I found some really cool things, some cool kind of, I don't know, they're not a mentor. It's not like he knows me. This Coach Ball game, like I talked about it briefly on one of the last episodes.
Episode 5.
I think so, when we were in the garage. That his stuff has really started hitting home for me on a lot of different levels, whether it's how to encourage kids, whether it's how to act as a parent, all this stuff. Yeah. So I kind of want to dive into that.
Sure, absolutely.
So again, we're trying this little shorter platform here.
Yeah.
Trying to shoot for for about a half-hour episodes.
We were told our shit sucks and we need to do better. So
sucks the balls.
So here we are.
No, so we're trying to. We realize we barely have time to do this.
Yes.
Goddamn, because there's chips be any louder.
It's okay. I like Cheetos.
Here, just put it right up to your mic, a little close. Wait. Oh,
some ASMR.
You know what? What snack we actually have?
What? Oh, yeah.
It's a pocket pancake. It's a fucking pocket pancake. And it's a pisser pot. Drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a double whammy of.
Would you like to explain the pocket pancake
in honor
viewers that don't watch us?
In honor of the pocket pancake, we just found out the Brewers came back on an 8-1 run in the 9th inning, 8th inning, something like that.
Yeah.
Last couple innings to just get their 13th win in a row. Fucking go Brewers, man. I'm so far on this train and have been for a while. They're playing lights out. The manager of the Brewers, Pat Murphy, who is... I don't even remember Craig Counsell anymore.
No.
I thought
more like Greg
Counsell. Clowns.
Bastard.
You're so proud of that?
I know. I really
to see your face this close as it came from the depths of your Greg.
Fuck Greg. Anyway.
Counsell? That's what we called him.
Yeah.
So Pat Murphy was being interviewed, and it was brought to his attention. They were noticing him reaching in his back pocket, grabbing stuff during the game, taking a bite, putting it back in. One of the reporters asked him, like, what do you like? Do you eat certain things? Like, do you keep a certain thing for snacks? Like, baseball players in the pros, they got all the sunflower seeds, gum, all that stuff. Anything they want, like, right there, ready to go. And they're like, well, what do you like? And as old as he is, and I don't know his exact age.
He's 65.
He is old compared to that roster. That roster's super young. They're playing like nobody can compare to him. Nobody can take him down. Nobody can do anything to him right now. They are destroying everyone. He literally, in the middle of an interview, I'll keep pancakes back there. He's like, in fact, I got a pocket pancake right here. And he whips it out in the middle of the interview, like, yeah, see? Right here, you want a bite? Offers it to the reporter. From then on, it was the first winning streak of 11 that the Brewers had.
Yeah, correct.
And end of July into August.
It's gonna stink like shit too. Sorry. It's not gonna smell good, Gary. My apologies. My bad. But nice.
So they at one point went 7-0 or 8-0 since after the pocket pancakes. It's just a sentiment. I don't know what's the right word. Your ass is throwing me off so bad right now.
It smells like diarrhea.
Yeah, it does. We're gonna have to get this toilet put in this unfinished.
We start shitting and going to the back. Dude,
we should do that.
We record it, so like if you have to take a poopy, you just go right in the corner because you go.
Yeah, it would be right here actually though. So it'd be like we'll just switch spots and shit on a.
Yeah, this bathroom is gonna be pretty big once you put it actually together.
You do cartwheels and shit.
Oh my god. Anyways, pocket pancake.
So pocket pancake, it's just I don't know what the right word. It's not a testament to how awesome Pat Murphy is, but like the culture and the vibe that is in that clubhouse, which I think you can't conjure up.
It's the power of friendship.
Like it's got to be natural, and it is, and it has been for years, which is why the Brewers are continually one of the bottom payroll, like total payrolls, but have been in the playoffs for the last
7 out of 8 years.
7 out of 8 years.
Yep.
So the culture that it brought, and I thought Greg Counsell did it very well. They also had this vibe and fun personality. They had a couple good years and they were fun and free and just playing without any reservation. Then this is taking it up 13 more notches. They are playing some awesome ball. But we'll have to save more Brewers talk for a Brewers episode, which we should do. I think we're trying to figure out a time to watch a Brewer game on the patio. Maybe do an episode while watching it, or go live, whatever. So I'm gonna stop babbling. I'm gonna finish my pocket pancake.
So while you finish that, I'll go into the youth sports talk.
Yeah,
so,
start diving in.
Yep. So Mike and I, we have a pretty big background in coaching youth sports, and like the previous episode I talked about it, where it was I had been coaching youth basketball and high school basketball, and kind of went into a little bit of like what all that entails and everything else. And Mike now coaching his kids, kind of going up through that part of it. I think it's a good conversation for both of us to kind of deliver on like the piss or powder.
Piss or powder.
Like what was the good and what's the really toxicity part of it that kind of makes it not so fun sometimes.
And some of that toxicity and stuff came into these low competitive, hey, we're just getting them to learn to play the game, to how the game flows, and you still feel some of that toxicity and the some of the my kid's the best, my kid needs to do this, my kid that you just almost feel from other coaches, parents in the stands, all that stuff. Like it just creeps in, even the stuff that isn't this. Everyone likes to talk about it in travel ball or AAU, stuff like that. But it's creeping in, and to me, it's a little concerning if parents can't realize that on their own. And I'm not saying I'm some like I'm not above anyone,
right?
But I started noticing it, and I'm like, oh shit.
So let me do this. Let me go into my older stories, and then we'll compare that to what you've recently gone through over the last, just say, 2 years, 3 years.
I like it.
So, in my experience, I was young when I kind of started the coaching thing. So I was, I think, 21, 20, might have been 19.
I didn't know, so don't look at me.
No, I was just looking at you, but thinking at the same time. So. But I mean, so for me, it was a very big learning experience going to high school, coaching youth, and then also coaching high school at the same time.
I can't imagine doing that given my mindset at age 21. 20, like, it would be fun. I would have all the time and energy to do it. I could dive in. But the amount of like insight that you have to have, right, to coach young minds, and do that, I feel like I would just run the drills and shit that I've always done, which isn't always the best way. Like, I've had these conversations with some of my old coaches. Like, man, we did shit really backwards. If we would have done it like where kids are doing it now, we would have been
completely different, right?
Like, I can't imagine trying to be in the mindset that I am now, being conscious of the minds and spirits and mental side of it that I am now. I can't imagine having any thought of that when I'm 21.
So it's funny.
So hats off to you for being able to do that, because that's what I'm trying to get at, is that would be. I don't feel like I would be in.
It's a mental hurdle for sure, because you're trying to learn. You know how to play the sport yourself, because that was my thing, as I played it in high school, youth and everything else. But like, to be able to know that and show younger kids, and even like high schoolers too, where it's like you're trying to teach them something that you've learned and apply it to what they need to do for their basketball game, right? And so
it's a big difference. Just knowing how to do it, and knowing how to teach it.
So the nice thing too is like, for me, we had it where the youth did just certain things, right? So like, you focused on doing like certain drills. You worked on dribbling. You worked on a shooting form. You worked on.
Was that through a rec department? Or
no,
was that was through like the June, like the
that was
youth program for the high school, like the
youth program for the high school. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that was through Whitnall. And so, but like also learning at the same time, where it's like, now you're mature, and you have to talk to parents. Yes. And you have to navigate, like, little Johnny, why did he play?
Yeah.
Well, because man, little Johnny wasn't very good.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the uncomfortable conversations from the coaching world, where it's like like the good coaches know how to navigate those conversations.
Yes. Yep.
But you see a lot of, and I'm sure you've seen it more than I have because I've been out of the game for a little while. But I'm sure some of these coaches probably have certain favorites that they probably lean towards more, when in reality is all these kids should learn how to play the sport to a certain degree.
And all positions.
Correct.
Within reason. Like in basketball, if you got the shortest kid on the court by long, we're not going to put him at center.
No, correct.
But we should move him around the 4 other positions.
Right.
Like you need to learn, you need to teach them the aspects of each part of the game.
Yeah.
Same with like baseball. My recent experience is more with baseball. And a little bit of flag football, but you need to know how each position works to truly grasp how the offense or defense
100%.
is supposed to flow. Which, if you have one kid, oh, he's my pitcher, and this is my one kid doing this is my we're running hot tonight. You don't get that diversity that a child needs at those young ages to learn all the positions. They don't need to be, if they're a really good first baseman and that's what they want to do, great. They don't need to go play shortstop every game.
Correct.
But they need to know what the responsibilities of the shortstop, because on the field in the middle of a game, as you get up there in the years, high school, collegiate, whatever, you're going to be having conversations with your teammates like, hey, I need you here. If you can put the ball here, if you can lead me this way, if you can back me up here when I'm doing this, like that. Well, that's the foundation.
And that's the thing where I wish more parents would realize that, like, okay, you're excited about little Johnny, right? And I totally understand why you'd be excited, because little Johnny's learning. You're as dad, you're like, yeah, he's playing football or playing basketball or baseball, whatever. And I used to
he's screaming the ball,
right? Like you're excited.
He's so good.
But I wish that, like, my biggest thing is like for me, I don't want to coach my kids yet. This is just my personal preference because I want my kids to learn from somebody else first before I start to really get into the nitty gritty of the situation.
Yes,
and
I struggle though too.
Yeah, that's just my personal
with that
decision.
No, I'm in that same boat.
Yeah,
but I am weary about other people coaching my kids because
which I can understand.
Of like, I'm not a trained coach.
Yeah, right.
Me coaching other people's kids is,
but
like, I'm not trained. I'm not a professional.
But you're committed enough to the situation,
right?
To make things work.
Yes, my concern with letting other people coach my kids is that when there's a bad coach. One of my first experiences with my kids, doing t-ball with someone else coaching, I almost had to leave the practice because I was beside myself.
Yeah,
because kids were just standing there.
There was no,
and the coach was one-on-one with one kid, and I'm like, I'm not a miracle worker, but we need to do this differently. Kids at that age need to be moving, running, having fun. It's just they're boring. They're gonna never come back to this.
Right. Well, and that's where I think it's both sides aren't wrong, right? Where it's like you want to make sure you're doing this to teach the kids correctly and to make sure they're having fun doing said thing, right? So like not just standing there is not a good time, right?
No.
And however, in that same conversation where it's like my kids hear me talk all day, and in my mind, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I would rather have someone talk to them differently, and maybe they hear it differently, and then but if there's a certain situation where like your example, where if there's a bad coach, like I'm going to say something about it, or I'm going to do something about it, right? And that's where we haven't gotten to that point yet because we're still in that young phase of like what we're wanting to do. But like I said, I mean, I think the biggest thing is it's like there's no wrong way to look at that situation,
No, and so the main goal that I had, and I feel like I embraced it and embodied it the most with my 8-year-old, my 8-year-old's baseball team this year. It was one of those we offered to not be the head coach, but I could help out here or there, and then ended up essentially being the head coach because the other guy was like, "Oh yeah, I was just gonna help out," and then stuff wasn't happening, so I was just like, "I'm just
I'll just do it."
right? So
yeah,
um, it wasn't a bad experience in that regard, but I when I'm coaching my kid or trying to give my kid tips and pointers,
yeah,
if someone else does that to him in the correct way, in the way that he's receptive to it, it is 25 times more effective.
Yeah, 1,000%
at minimum.
Yeah,
than me saying the same exact words in the same exact way.
Because you're dad.
Because
right?
I'm
that's
right.
Like
they aren't going to, and the older they get, the less they're going to do that.
Correct.
And I can't say, well, I was a college baseball player. I sucked at baseball.
Yeah, but
when I was younger. But like now, I know the things I was doing wrong at that point.
Yeah. And you watch enough baseball to be like, oh, this makes sense.
And I talk to a ton of people who know what they're doing and are good, and their kids are good, and this stuff. They're like, okay, how do I work on this? How do I work on that? I'm always trying to figure out ways to fix the stuff that I did wrong, because I can see it, like watching it, I can see that happening poorly, and I'm like, that's not right. This is all I need to do to fix it.
Cheers.
I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Correction. I am done.
Start getting me on highlights.
Right?
Could be game over.
So this kind of leads me to my this coach ball game. So I've been watching his stuff, and he's got a really great way, and maybe it's just for my mind, like that it works, that it makes so much more sense. It seems so simple. He's just quirky enough, but like I said a couple episodes ago, that he just seems kind from the deepest parts of his heart. Every kid he interacts with, every person he interacts with, can tell he cares. I feel like I can't say that. I don't think I could say that every interaction that someone has with me, I don't think I can genuinely say from the deepest part, like that they got the same sense of this. So that's what's so amazing to me, is that he's so attentive to the individuals, but also his greater philosophy of teaching kids and keeping the joy in the game. And that's one of his biggest things, is that he's like, if I just watched one recently about him talking about your kid's coach. If your kid's coach has a problem with them missing, like in this case, he deals most with baseball. So like, if your kid's coach has a problem with him missing fall workouts because little Johnny's playing football or whatever, and he's not going to get playing time the next summer, he says, run. Like, that's a multi-sport athlete. Every coach in every sport at every level is going to say a multi-sport athlete is a better all-around player than a single sport.
Yeah. Like,
if they only played one sport, every coach that I've ever heard, I've never heard someone say, no, he played this. So, he played football, tennis, and baseball. I really wish he wouldn't have played tennis and football, because, they really didn't help him at all. Every coach I've heard says, yeah, those multi-sport athletes are the best.
Yeah.
But one of the things that has struck me most recently with this coach ball game, I'm going to pull up a video.
Sure.
And I'm going to try my hardest when we get to editing, that to try to put this up on the screen to show you guys. I want to give credit to Coach Ballgame and the work he does. I want to pump him up. Of course, I freaking lost it. I had it saved.
That's fine.
It's right here. So I'm gonna play this video. I want you to.
This is a live reaction to Mike showing me this video.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to put it up in editing on the screen so you guys can see what he's watching right now. So you might get a little sound. We'll see what we can do with that. I'm sorry if this fails miserably. It might not work.
We're new to this. It's fine.
Yep. So here you go. Oh, it's inside. All then.
Want your kid to stop playing video games? Then sit beside them while they're playing and micromanage every move they make. Now, push. Wait, not yet. Push the B. Go. Stop. Wait. No, don't push that button. Make sure you're overbearing. And then break down every mistake they made afterwards, preferably during a car ride. Make that car ride as miserable as possible. Phew.
Right, so
That looks delicious, by the way.
That's not Joe's. That has nothing to do with me.
Yep.
It was someone taking a fork and a mini hamburger and dunking it in cheese.
At least they weren't taking a dunk. That'd be weird.
Right. So what's your thought on that? Because I got a distinct reaction to that.
So essentially the video that Mike showed, in case you could not hear.
And in case editing doesn't work.
Right. So Coach Ballgame was talking about kind of doing a little skit about micromanaging your kid with regards to like using the example of video games and how that relates to sports. So, he's saying like, don't push the B button, do this, do that, do this, do that. And then comparing it to a sporting event, like if your son played baseball and having a car ride, making the car ride miserable.
And talking about all the things they did wrong. Oh, you didn't keep your hands here, you didn't have your elbow up.
Rather than saying, hey,
if you'd have done this.
You did this good.
Yeah.
Was the whole point of the conversation. So I think for me, it's like, I wish more parents would be, like, I remember being a kid and go ahead. What's that?
Mm-hmm. I thought I heard a bump, and then I texted my wife, and I heard the ding.
Oh, that's my phone, I think.
That's your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, that is your phone.
That's my phone. It's fine.
So
it's like, I remember having those car rides after basketball games, and my grandpa and mom being like, well, why didn't you do this better?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that better? I was like, because I don't fucking know. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so his big thing is making sure the kids know, like, you are there to support them, you are there to love them, no matter what happens. And then I've also seen other like stuff piggyback off of that, like the best athletes know their self-worth, not linked to their performance on the field, right? Like, have them be themselves. And we talk about sports, right? Like, we're talking about sports and youth sports and all that stuff. I am very much in the camp that, like, this can apply to music, instruments, drama, anything. And one of my biggest things is making sure you help your kid find their passion.
Yeah.
I put something on TikTok, said that I got a hot take. I think, travel ball, AAU, tournaments every weekend are the best thing for youth sports. I said there was a caveat. The caveat being, if they're passionate about it.
Correct.
If they're passionate about it and are doing that for themselves and not being pushed by mom and dad's dreams of what they did when they were younger and what they want their kid to do and what they can say about their kid at the water cooler at work.
I'll give you a little input on that. Is that usually when mom and dad push them too hard, and they did that same thing when they were a kid, they probably weren't very good.
Yes. Yep. Usually.
So,
because someone that is at a high level or has competed at a high level knows that's not healthy.
Correct.
Right?
That's not healthy.
And knows that drive has to come from within.
Yeah.
And that's what my sole focus when I was coaching baseball this year with a lot of these things in mind was my only outcome I wanted was for the kids to want to come back and play again next year.
Right.
That's it.
Keep them interested. Keep them wanting to do more. Right.
We had fun. I brought water balloons to one of the practices. It was hot as hell.
Yeah.
And they got to throw them at me as we're trying to outrun first base and stuff like that. Like, run through first base. So, like, we did all sorts of stuff that I tried to make fun.
Yeah, I get it.
I fucking nailed a kid in the face. It was Coach Mitch. I nailed a kid in the face. A 5-year-old. In the face.
You feel good about yourself?
Super good. It was great. The kid took it right on the cheek. He turned into it. It was not. He opened up to me.
So you played with a 5-year-old?
Yes, it's all his fault. No, so I hit the kid in the face, and I tell you, he cried. Like I ran to like as soon as that ball left my hand, I I was following it. I knew it came out funky, and I'm like, oh, that's coming in high and tight.
You're like, sorry, Johnny.
Right? I tensed up so bad, and then he turned into it and it took it right on the cheek, like directly.
How was that conversation with mom and dad?
They were right there. As I'm running up to the kid, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
If you never want me to do this again, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But then I don't know what their reaction was because I was only concerned about the kid. Yeah. I got down like on my knees with the kid. I was damn near holding him as he's crying.
Yeah.
You could tell Dad was trying to make sure he was being tough and stuff like that, which was it was a good balance that Dad was pushing him to be tough and stuff, but also wasn't he wasn't an asshole.
Yeah, like this is like, come on, you got it, buddy.
Like suck it up.
Yeah,
like no, he was encouraging. He was trying to push him. What felt like in a healthy way.
Yeah, but
right. But so I got it, and the kid ended up allowing me to then
hit you right in the dick.
Yeah, he hit me right. No, it's that same. He didn't even leave the batter's box. No. He stayed right there. I then cut my distance in half, got on one knee, and soft toss. I said, I asked him, do you want to, I can throw underhand to you. Do you want to still hit? And he says, yes, and then crush the ball.
Nice.
And then it took a couple games of me still doing soft toss, and I kind of worked myself back and tried to do that. And,
yeah.
And me and him kind of had, every time at the plate, he'd get real nervous, understandably so. I fucking knocked him in the face.
You made him not want to play baseball.
Right, I almost did. But then eventually, like, I could tell when he was going to hit it.
Right.
Because I asked him, I'd be like, all right, stop backing away. And he'd go, oh, man. Stop backing away. And he would get this shitty grin on his face. And I said, are you ready? And he'd give me this nod. And he's like, yeah, I'm ready. And I tossed to him. And every time he did that, and he, like, decided, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You could see him then flip that switch, and then he'd kill the ball.
Confidence, yeah.
You know, like, so that was so rewarding to be able to hit a kid.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Little small.
Coach Ballgame ever find
I'm done. No. So, like, by the way, a little good therapy as a parent is letting your kid, if they want to catch, get the catcher's gear on and throw them some pitches.
Nice.
You know? If they get a couple body shots, so you know, that's a pattern. That I'm going to be pitching more accurate than another 10-year-old.
Mike, why did you pitch 92 miles an hour?
This is my knuckleball.
Your second oldest is hurt now.
I got to go for Tommy John.
Yeah, right. So
no, so like it was one of the most oh shit moments, but also one of the most rewarding because he during the season his birthday happened, so he turned 6 in the middle of the season. But that him and then all the other kids just had fun. They would light up at certain times, certain areas. Like I could find that to them, and it's just so rewarding. It's a lot of work and a lot of time when you have 4 kids and you're chasing around. It took a lot of flexibility. I appreciate my wife putting up with me coaching like that because it was fun. I enjoy it. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do that.
Yep.
Because pretty soon they're all going to be way better than I am, and I'm not going to be able to contribute anything.
And your confidence is going to be just shot.
Yep. Right. If I hit another
after your kids start doing worse and stuff, you know.
Right. So it's coming quick. Yeah. So yeah, that's my coaching stuff. I think youth sports, and we could talk about this for hours on end.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm noticing about some of these youth sports is that you take a step back and look at the parents behind the kids, and sometimes you just go, wow.
It's unfortunate.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But like when there's a kid that truly loves what he's doing and is dedicated, and that's what he wants to do or she wants to do, high competitive sports or highly competitive sports is a great way to learn skills, competition, not backing down, confidence,
Be a good
all these things, right?
Right.
Be a good teammate, all the things. But if your kid isn't dedicated to that,
Yep.
I think as much reward you could get out of a kid who's dedicated and wants to do it, you can do exponentially more damage mentally, emotionally, to someone and pushing them to do something they don't want to do.
No, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
And
forcing your kid to do something that he or she is just not interested in is never a good thing.
No. And I
one thing to push them like, hey, you got this, bud.
Yeah, right.
But it's another bit, no, we're fucking doing this shit.
Yeah, right. And we talked about it a little bit with your son doing some soccer and having some of the anxiety behind it. Trying to find the balance of pushing them to where they're not just giving up because it might be hard.
Right.
But trying to figure out what their passions are. And that becomes easier when they're older and they can articulate it more.
Yeah.
But youth sports, I think, is a great attribute, or like is a great thing for kids. It has a potential to get way out of hand.
Yeah, real fast.
With the parents real fast. And I feel like there's the parents driving that. If the kids were just out to play,
it would be fun.
It like
no one would even bat an eye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when we were younger, you just go to the park and play a pickup game of wiffle ball or baseball or basketball or football or whatever, and then that would be that.
Yeah.
You weren't sitting there working on drills at age 8.
No.
All day.
No.
Right? Like that's why like when we're at home, I'll offer to do stuff with the kids. Hey, do you want to work on this? Do you want to work on batting? Do you want to work on throwing? Do you want to work on your ball handling drills? Do you want to do any of that? No. You want to play some horse? Yeah. You want to put it's all working out. Anytime they're dribbling the ball, anytime they're doing
it's doing something.
Right? Like you're not deteriorating anything.
No, I agree.
And I think that gets lost a lot, that we don't just need to do drills all the time.
No.
We play freeze tag with our kids, just running around. That's all you need to do.
Correct.
Turn it fun. Have fun with it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, that bouncy house that we rented for tomorrow has a basketball hoop in it.
Oh, I'm dunking on
it. I just said to my wife, I'm like, I'm going to probably dunk on 12 kids tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
At least once.
Yeah. We'll get some pictures of kids getting posterized by you.
Yeah. And you as well.
I'm not getting posterized by you.
Oh, I'm saying you're gonna posterize these.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
These kids are getting double trouble tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Double. We're gonna do the Bron and D Wade no look pass as you're coming behind me and just
dump trucks coming at them, you know.
All right, so this is a conversation that I've been wanting to have since we started the first one, and we just never got to. And this I don't think is going to be the last.
No, I think we'll end up bringing up sports more and more, kind of when we get into the seasons and stuff.
Yep.
And talk about how.
And I could see we have a lot of friends that are involved in different sports in the community and involved with football leagues, baseball coaches, stuff like that. Excuse me. I don't think they could hear that. That we'll have on as guests, and I'm sure some of these conversations, or some of these topics will come back.
We're not so scared.
Yeah,
you know,
we got to figure out our first guest. I feel like there's a lot of pressure behind it.
Coach Ballgame, if you're watching this,
Mike, what's up?
Mike is fangirling over you.
Super bad, super duper bad. Shout out. Yeah, so we'll get a guest on here sometime.
Eventually. I think for probably episode 10.
Maybe 10.
Or
maybe when we get to 75 YouTube subscribers.
Oh, okay. I think that's gonna be a while. But we'll get there. We picked up 5.
We're halfway there.
So I don't know what happened, but we must have picked up 5 somehow.
Fucking crushing it.
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So
for all 5 of you that watch us regularly, thank you.
Thank you so much,
Mom. The funny thing is that
Jane, we love you.
I don't think they've even watched it.
Probably not. Anyways, all right. Got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. So actually, I do want to say one thing. So if you are a parent and you actually do watch this, I would love to hear from you and with a story of your worst nightmare of like your worst experience of youth sports.
Yes.
So if you could do us a favor and email us at 2dads1mike@gmail.com, we would appreciate it. Again, that's number 2dads1mike@gmail.com.
MIC.
MIC. Correct.
Not MIKE.
Correct. So other than that, anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. So thanks for joining us on the Two Dads One Mike podcast. I'm Taylor. This is Mike. Peace.
Deuces. Ooh, finally got what he said.
Was from your mouth and not your butthole. So
In my butt. I just pictured my butthole. Not my mouth like
we're saving it.